Hello, welcome back, everybody. We are excited to be here for a second episode. Vijay, last time we talked about the dark retreat that you went on and that you experienced, and it was fun. Yeah. So this time we would love to kind of dig into Yoga Nidra, what it is, and some of our experiences with it in the past. Vijay, I know that you had this topic kind of listed out. What is your experience with Yoga Nidra? What has that been like, and how would you describe it?
Well, first of all, if we discuss the relationship between Yoga Nidra and the dark retreat, which is simply that both are ways to go within and to quiet the logical mind, the human mind, the monkey, to get closer to your inner self, right? The essence of who you really are.
Hmm.
And Yoga Nidra is a ancient Indian practice. However, I have seen that this type of meditation is present in pretty much all the spiritual schools, including a fun fact is that a few years ago I went to the seaside with a group of people that I didn't really know, most of
Mhm.
them, and there was this guy who was like around 60. He was a businessman. We had traveled all day, we had gotten lost, and I don't know why I was telling him about this Yoga Nidra and what it is. And I was doing, maybe he said that he was very stressed out because he was driving, and I was doing the meditation with him. And he said, "Oh, this is called Yoga Nidra. I've been doing this for years, and I call it the meditation of the wet rag." Because afterwards you feel so relaxed like a wet rag.
That
So
is the oddest description that I've ever heard.
so the point here is, it seems like it's something that is so actually instinctual and natural that you can get to it even without a spiritual tradition, which only enhances, proves further how fundamental it is and truthful it is.
Actually, yeah, I want to emphasize that. So, all of these kind of tools and techniques that we think we're learning, I think, we research like different meditation techniques, or maybe learn about different ways to tune into ourselves from teachers that we follow. But these are all, like you said, they're instinctual. And I think most of this is, let's say that we were just completely comfortable with letting our intuition guide us, and we understood how to listen to our body and our soul and our intuition and kind of tune into that. These are kind of practices that our body and our soul can kind of lead us to on their own. So just kind of wanted to emphasize that, because they're not external, right? This is like just like your friend had said, this is something that he had been doing. It doesn't matter what he calls it. You could call it a wet rag meditation. You could call it Yoga Nidra. You could call it anything else or not call it anything at all.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, Eckhart Tolle says that you don't learn anything from a real teacher. If the teacher is real, they don't give you knowledge. They just, whatever they say, it awakens knowledge inside of you that you had forgotten. So you resonate. So the point of a spiritual teacher is not like in school to teach you something new, but to remind you of your true self. So yes, you're definitely right. And that's why so many, this is a totally different topic, but it's something we've been talking about a lot. That's why all these fake gurus and teachers that market their knowledge as buy this, and this is this is the exact way to enlightenment or whatever, and make you believe like there's no other way. But that's a definite sign that this is something fake, because
And also, it's just it doesn't make sense by default because uh, I believe that one reaches enlightenment when one is not seeking it.
yeah,
So this concept of buy this and then you will reach enlightenment implies that you are still incomplete, which contradicts enlightenment.
yeah. So stay tuned, folks, because we will be discussing a lot about marketing and fake gurus. It's a topic close to our hearts. But to return to Yoga Nidra, it's quite a simple, really, meditation. As a matter of fact, I have heard from Indian people that they use it for sleep.
And by the way, one of us is Indian. That would be me.
Yeah. And I don't know how you, but I have one of my best friends, Krishna, is Indian, and he said that he uses it for his insomnia, so, and not for
Yeah.
spiritual purposes, which is normal because meditation has a way of really relaxing you.
So let me just read the left-brained definition of Yoga Nidra for a couple of seconds. Yoga Nidra, or yogic sleep, is a state of consciousness between waking and sleeping, like the going to sleep stage, typically induced by a guided meditation.
If we're talking in spiritual terms, Yoga Nidra is an incredibly powerful exercise to move your focus away from the logical mind, from the trains of thoughts, and anchor your presence into your body. Eckhart Tolle said, actually, somewhere, the body is one of the very powerful anchors for presence.
Yeah.
Because we are pure presence, but the mind, we have become so identified with the mind that it's very difficult to 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 stop the train of thoughts, and to get off the train of thoughts. And through Yoga Nidra, your attention can drop into the body, and so you become aware of the vibrant energy body that you are. And then you are observing the logical mind from the outside, so you are getting in touch with the silent observer. And to me, that has been the biggest benefit of Yoga Nidra.
And it definitely can help with sleep. I know for me personally, I've experienced a lot of insomnia in my life. There have been time periods where I literally did not sleep for 7 days, like not a wink of sleep.
Not unusual for people of today's time.
Yeah, and if I think about it's much better now, because so I don't intentionally practice Yoga Nidra. I think I've done it a couple of times, like gone to a Yoga Nidra class, or a guided meditation or something like that. But I do meditate 1 to 2 times a day, every day, like all week. And I've had this kind of cadence with my meditation for a year or two now. Before that, I still meditated, but it wasn't as regular. And definitely for me, that regular and that daily meditation has, I think, had a tremendous effect on my sleep. And it's because, like, if I think about why, what happened, what's happening on the nights when I can't sleep, it's exactly what you were talking about. My mind is overactive. It's in like hyperdrive mode, and I'm not even trying to think. Oftentimes, maybe there weren't even there wasn't a major event or anything that happened that is keeping me up, but it's just the mind just keeps running and running and running, and thoughts come in one after the other and bombarding me. And so I mean, it's of course on the one hand that's having the ability to tune in to just the energy field in the body, and that consciousness, that field of consciousness that transcends thinking, is so powerful when we're trying to relax and go to sleep. But then also, in addition to that, kind of living our lives throughout the day in that awakened state. So it's interesting. It's like on the one hand it's an awakened state, but on the other hand it's helpful with sleep.
I mean, yes, it essentially is the same thing to calm the mind and to put yourself some distance between you and the mind. And as a matter of fact, it is best before any activity, especially high stress activity like a meeting with somebody or something, that you take a minute to ground yourself, because Yoga Nidra is essentially a very grounding experience, because we have become in the centuries and we have become more and more detached from the body and more identify with the mind. So we're like flying around a little bit, and all of us need more grounding. And this grounding, uh, in and by itself, uh, as I said, put some distance between your presence and the mind, so the mind is not so all consuming and it doesn't run you and it's not your master anymore. And you will be in that state, you will be less reactive to things and so on. And as a matter of fact, you start with Yoga Nidra as a meditation, but all the yogis and enlightened people, they are in a state of uh, as if they have been doing Yoga Nidra all the time, 24 hours a day, because their presence is already become so grounded and so disattached from the mind. Why don't we do like a guided meditation, which I'm going to start with a little Tibetan bowl. You ready?
Yes.
Now we are going to do a short guided meditation. Please lie down or sit in the chair with your back straight. Please do not ride a vehicle or be engaged in any active activity while you're doing this meditation. The important thing is to be able to have your eyes closed at all time and to be able to relax. Now close your eyes. Put your hands on your thighs with your palms facing up, and close your eyes. And as you're sitting like this, ask yourself, how do you know that you have hands?
I feel a little buzz in them.
What else do you feel?
I actually feel a cool breeze.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel maybe warmth as well? Okay. So you know that you have hands even though you're not seeing them, because you feel energies and feels. Now, so all your attention right now is on your hands. Now I'm going to say different parts of the body, and you're going to put your attention, as with your eyes closed as they are right now, you're going to put your
This is
attention on
amazing. I feel
these
like I'm being
body
hypnotized.
parts. So we Mhm. So keep your eyes gently closed. So focus on your left arm. So feel your hand. Now feel your forearm. Now feel the upper part of your arm all the way up to the shoulder. You may feel tension, some pain, or just warmth. Feel your left shoulder. Now move to the right arm and feel your right hand. Put your attention on the right hand. Now feel the right forearm all the way to the elbow. Now feel the upper part of your arm all the way to the shoulder. Now feel both of your arms from the fingers up to the shoulders. You might feel some throbbing, some coolness. Now feel the upper part of your back and let your attention slip down towards your waist, towards your buttocks. Now feel both of your thighs, the left and the right. Feel your knees. And let the energy down towards the calves. You may feel warmth or pain, depending. And then keep going down all the way to the feet. Now feel the ankles, the soles of your feet, the upper part of your feet, and all the 5 toes on the right foot and the 5 toes on the left foot. Now feel your whole legs from the waist down the thighs and the knees and the calves, all the way down to the toes. Now gently move your energy back up through the center of your body, up towards your chest and then your neck. And now feel your face. Feel the back of your head, the hair, where the hair is connecting. Now let's focus on your face. Feel your eyes. Feel your eyebrows, your nose, the tip of your nose, your cheeks. You might feel some heat, your cheeks. Now feel the 2 lips. Lips are very sensitive. Feel the tongue inside of your mouth. Now feel your whole head, the face, the brow, the chin, the back of your head. Now feel your whole body from the top of your head down through the shoulders, the stomach, the arms, the legs, all the way down to the toes. And keep feeling your whole body. And if you have a thought, take your attention gently away and move it back into the body. And feel the energy of your body.
Very relaxed.
How are you feeling?
Um,
What do you feel in your body?
I feel like a
How would you
tingling
describe?
throughout my body, and
Mhm.
mhm,
Almost like waves of energy,
and I
right?
feel heavy.
Yeah, this is the relaxations of all the muscles are relaxed. There's a tension is in the body. And this is your energy field. And if you're noticing, it is impossible to be 100% in the body the way we are right now and to have any kind of structured thinking because the whole attention is in the energy field of the body. So when you feel like it, you can slowly open your eyes, even though I personally can stay in the state for a very long time because it's very relaxing. If you gently open your eyes, you will see that you're no longer so
Mhm.
eager to really stare at something or hear aggressively. You're very peaceful and content being centered inside the body, which is a great way of conserving energy and a great way of staying staying centered. And
I'm too peaceful to talk.
we have just forgotten these um, deeper dimensions. We live in a world where we are extremely focused on the mind, um, and developing the mind and forgetting that the mind is just a faculty. It's considered in the ancient traditions, in Buddhism, for example, is considered one of the
Mhm.
senses, just like hearing and seeing. So the mind is just a sixth sense. It's not the ruler, but we live as if the mind was the beginning and the end of something. And by living this in this way, we are actually rejecting our divine nature in a way. I am also too
Well,
peaceful to
I think
talk.
this was
So,
a great exercise. So we should end it here.
yes, um, we want to emphasize practice, um, because real knowledge is experiential. Intellectual knowledge is just a signpost to the real experience, and we are going to prepare exercises such as this one, and then many others that will be very easily available for everyone who needs to get grounded and get peaceful and get some good guidance throughout the days, because it is easy to for 10-15 minutes to listen to something and feel the peace, but then life overtakes you with its thousands of challenges every day. So it's very important to have consistent practice, um, and hopefully we are here and we will help you to incorporate such practice into your daily life. I think Priya may be already asleep on the other
I, I'm, tr- I was, I'm trying to say something, but my body won't let me.
So next time your significant other starts a fight, remember to drop into yoga nidra, and maybe both of you would just fall asleep. Um, but all jokes aside, yes, it's a powerful exercise to calm the mind, which we need in our daily life. We need for sleep, in all situations, because true joy and true inspired action can only come from a peaceful state of mind. But that's another topic that we will be discussing. So this, you can treat this as not as a luxury but as a necessity.
hmm
Yeah.
and feel good about it. I think sometimes we feel guilty about giving our minds a rest, but
Mm,
that's the exact thing we can do for ourselves.
mm. Well, everybody knows what burnout is, so
hmm
no need to talk about the fact that the mind does need rest. And it really is difficult these days with social, not just social media. I find myself constantly reading. There's always something more to read, there's always something more to watch. Our minds are, as Priya said, hyperactive, hyper stimulated, which is kind of like almost like we are constantly on some kind of a drug. And we need to calm down as well. Yeah.
Yes. Well, thank you for leading this yoga nidra practice.
It was.
It's really cool. It's really cool being a part of this live.
Stay tuned. We will talk to you soon.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.